All right, so here's a story of how Smut Vendor got together in Durango, Colorado. In the summer of 1994, after I got out of the dorms, I toured the country going to different mountain bike races. When I got back to Durango in the fall, I had bought a drum set at a pawn shop. And I moved into a spot where I was renting and I was practicing the drums a little bit. And then I had met John Anderson because he had worked for the school newspaper and I was writing for the school paper. He wanted to start a band. He was, a guitar player. He'd already been in punk bands and stuff in Fort Collins. I jammed with him a couple times, but then I ended up getting in another band with this other guy. And then by the time I quit that band and started playing with Johnny, I had actually bought my own house in Durango. And so I had like 4 guys move in with me. And I had John move in with me and Jeremy Krause, who played bass in Smut Vendor. We started practicing a lot. And then Bubba, and everybody knew Bubba because he owned a snowboard shop, Paul Udis. Great guitar player and songwriter. And then our singer, of course, Eric Mishker. I mean, this dude, he's one of my heroes, like, for a number of reasons. And I might as well tell a story about Eric Mishker while I'm at it. Before I really knew him, I rode my skateboard up to the liquor store. I was trying to ollie this gap going downhill from the liquor store driveway. And then you had to ollie over a wall that was like this high. And then there's a guy's garden and you had to go over like all his tomato plants and stuff, and then you land in his driveway. It was like a 4-foot drop, 6 foot wide maybe, but you had to ollie over this wall. I had tried it a couple times and I'm just like, whatever, I'm losing my confidence, and I'm standing there and Eric comes out of the liquor store. He's like, "Hey, what's up?" I'm like, "Check out this gap that I'm trying to ollie." "Oh, that gap right there, man? Oh, man." He like sets his bags down and he takes my skateboard and he just like bombs it and he over the wall, over the garden and everything, just sticks it first try. And he walks back up, gives me a skateboard, and I'm just like, and that dude is just like, he's like that. He's fucking inspirational, dude. We started practicing and Eric really could not sing for shit at first. Like, as far as his timing, he's terrible at like staying with the beat and everything. And then he got really good at it. And we practiced a lot and we started playing tons of shows around town, playing these like hippie parties, playing some shows out in the mountains and stuff. And we were friends with the guys that started the Ska Brewery, so we played a bunch of parties that they threw. We ended up making some relationships with these other bands in Denver, and they would come down and we would have shows and they would play, and then they would have shows up there and we would drive up there and play their shows. And these were like just like awesome friendships that developed between us and all these other bands. It was like basically no punk rock scene until like in that area in Southwest Colorado. The most memorable show we played was a great show at the Folsom Skate Park, and all these pros showed up for a demo, and there was like a bunch of pro skaters. Jesse Paz was there. Bill Weiss was there. We played an awesome house party in Telluride that summer that was just like off the charts. It was just so fun. They didn't have any punk rock music around there. That's what was the most fun about it, was helping to kind of create the scene for or kind of create a situation that snowboarders and skaters and everybody wanted to watch us. And we had such a good live energy and everything. It didn't matter if people really were into punk music or not. There was all kinds of people that loved to watch us play. We'd be playing at bars and there'd be a bunch of cowboys in there. They would love it too. It was just, we wrote some really original songs and people have covered our songs, a couple of our songs that we wrote. I don't know if anybody's recorded them. Clone was like the final product. Our recording, we did one cover on here called Bullet from the Misfits. All the other ones are originals. This is the tape, got all the lyrics in here. There's a picture of Jeremy doing a nose grind on a little curb that I had in my living room in my house. We used to skateboard in my house. it was a hell of a band. Anyway, thanks for checking that out. The Legend of Smut Vendor from Durango, Colorado. Mountain punk rock.